So today I'll be talking about the dark side of being a software engineer in India. Understand this, if you are living in a different country, things might be different because standard of working and standard of operations are entirely different. So conditions change. Now, if you want to listen to this video while walking or running or jogging, you can do that. I make videos like that, easier to consume. So now let's get back to the topic. You can understand the situation in two ways. First pre-COVID, then after COVID. Because things have changed. But let's first talk about the common problems. And by the end of the video, we will learn how to tackle these problems because that is the most important part of all. Because you are investing your life, your energy on a career that you should be aware of and how to prepare for it if you are ready for it. Let's get started. So the first problem is your software career ends at the age of 40. How and why do I say that? Have you seen a software engineer above 40 years of age? Maybe they could be in the leadership position or they might not be there at all. But there are 50 lakh software engineers, more than 50 lakh software engineers in India. What do you think is gonna happen? Not everybody is very smart. Not everybody is gonna make to the leadership position. What happens? How do you prepare for it? Think about it. Now, if you talk about freshers, the second problem. Suppose as a fresher you learned about a front-end technology, say React. Now you want to enter a company, but company knows they have more power over you because you are a fresher. They can shift you to entirely different technology. So in spite of React, they say you shift to Node or PHP or WordPress, whatever is easier for them. So by the time you are learning WordPress, you would forget the entire React. You are not working on that language. Even with the senior people, these things happen. So changing role is more often. The next problem is the low pay. So whatever is being charged from the client, and when it converts to the salary in India, it is much lesser. What is being paid to the consultant, what is paid to the company is much better than what is being paid to the employees. See, average pay is still better in the software industry, but what about the skill, the effort, the time, the energy? I have seen people working 10 hours a day. Who is going to compensate them? So that is another problem, the low pay. Now, the next problem is the office politics. If you want to survive without doing any work, that means you are a lazy person. And if you want to survive without doing any work, you need to understand politics, which might be taxing for most of us. It is taxing for me. I am never for politics. So this might be taxing for some people, it might be good for some people, but in the end, you are not learning anything. You are still hanging around. You are hanging from here and there, just passing your time, just moving forward. That's it. Now, if you are the hardest worker in the room, the next problem is for you. So, say you are working your best, you are giving your best in the company, but there are people who are doing less, but know how to take credit of your work. So, there is always someone who can take credit of your work if you can't speak for yourself. And I have seen this problem with many people. They are amazing workers and so good people that people take advantage of them. And that is the worst thing that you could do. So that there is another problem. Now, another problem is the overtime. What about overtime? So, if you don't have work in the company right now, you still have to stay for 8 9 hours at least in the office. Doesn't matter if you have work or not. Stay there, pass your time, doesn't matter you're learning or not, your brain is doing anything or not, but you are getting lazy. You're not able to work for yourself. You are getting in that comfort zone of not working and just getting paid. Because if there is no work, what would you do? And sometimes suddenly you get overburdened with work. You have to do overtime and you do not get paid for that. Because being paid while you don't have work, which is fair. But do you understand the impact of this on your career? Gauge that, understand that. That is more important. Now, talking about the respect, if you talk about big MNCs, There might be someone always above you. Now it depends you get respect or not. Because see, people who are intelligent enough, who work by themselves, who do things, who know things, and become good technical leads, it is not for everybody. But some people do that. Some people have that ability. Good for them. But what about the other 50 lakh plus engineers? What should they do? Where should they go? This is the most important thing that you need to understand. Because see, everybody is not going to take that decision. You might be one. If you are listening to this video, you might be one that might be taking the decision. Now, talking about the firing system, as you see, layoffs are happening every now and then. Layoffs are happening like this. Every company is laying off employees anytime, and you can't do anything. You don't have any power. If you think that you have power to control that, sorry, my friend, you are on a ticking bomb. You can't control that thing. If company decides to fire you, they fire you. They give you whatever notice period XYZ, but you are again in the lingo, not going anywhere. You are still stuck. Then you are looking for another job, and that stress of getting another job, that commute, adjusting into a new company, passing those interviews. Some interviews have so many technical rounds, the skills won't be even required in the real industry when you are really working. Those interview skills might not even be required. But that taxing situation, for your family, that is something of concern. So next thing is your life would be compromised of, is your Skype working? Is your audio working? I can't hear you. Adjusting these things. Going around that daily routine, and you would be so comfortable in that daily routine that you would forgot what it was like to live, what it was like to live with passion. So this is another dark side of it. After that, that constant worry of losing your job, getting better pay, losing your job, getting better pay, coming back to family, doing your daily routine. Again, that thought, losing your job, getting better pay, doing things because of fear. Is that the life we want? I'm not saying you to leave your job, but you should be aware of what's the practical situation in front of you. It's good to see, it's good to be optimistic. It is good to be optimistic. I'm a very optimistic person. Now, why listen to me? You should ask this question to yourself. Why listen to Rohan? See, I was a commerce graduate. I was doing CA. I came to this industry. I've been working for 11 years now. I paved my path from the ground, from the scratch. I did startups, I did jobs, I did a lot many things. So I can tell you the exact situation, what's happening and what's the best path, because I made a path for myself and it did work for me. So I wanted to share it with you. Rest all is on your decision. So I wanted to share this with you because I don't want people to repeat the same mistakes that I did, or learn from my learnings that I learned that helped me grow here. So now how to tackle this? See guys, if you're working in a company or a job, these things won't change. These things have been similar all over. Now, even after the remote things, so before pre-COVID, let me tell you one point. Pre-COVID, there was a situation when engineers could quote their price and companies had to pay because of the local market. They did not have many options. Now things have been changed. Now that situation is not there because the global pool has opened up. You need to step up your game. And when you see people talking about so many structures, algorithms, I also learned it. But everybody is not that smart enough to learn every base thing. Because AI is coming, many things are going to be automated. You need to just learn the right technical skills, right soft skills, master the right kind of things that could take you forward, which 90% of the people are not doing. So when I say 50 lakh plus engineers, mostly 90% of them won't still take the decision. But if you are, if you feel you deserve more, and you can do better, then my friend, start today. That's the best advice I could give right now. Work on yourself, work on the right set of skills, right technical skills. Now, what are those right technical skills, right set of skills? So, first, you should be able to make an idea to a reality. If you can structure things out technically, not just planning on paper, technical structure. This comes first, this comes first. Why should this come first? Why should that not? So, to learn that, there are two options. First, either you could go ahead and so there are two options to learn that. First, either you could go ahead and find out different things. Another good option is, if you want to learn from me, I am having this webinar on 25th of August. You can find the link in the bio. You can join that and I'll clear that for you. Don't worry. And you will be much better than you were right now. Much more motivated, much more structured, a path, a career path, and you might be even learning 2 3 skills additional like system audit and things like that. So the only option right now in front of us is to get more freedom. What I mean by for more freedom is, see, if you are married or not, if you are married, you have responsibilities that will increase. If you are not married, you will get married, responsibilities will increase again. Then you have to live a life also, right, man? Live for yourself. So to do all of that, and if you think I would work 10 years in a job and then suddenly things are gonna change, that is not gonna happen. Either if you want to be in the software industry, I'm saying very clearly, if you want to be in the software industry, start taking action right now, start learning the right skills, and start learn to sell yourself, start making clients. I can teach all of that. But if you are not, if you feel you are not right for the software industry, still plan on that, how to shift, how to plan things out, because you can't wait forever. Action is the key. The people who take action are the people who get forward. So whatever is the case, this side, software or no software, take decision, work on yourself. That's how you move forward. And I don't want anybody listening to this video to live a regretful life. If you are listening to this video, I want a good life for you. I wish you the best of the life that is for you. So now take the decision. I told you about all the dark side, and the next videos I'll be talking more about it. Stay tuned.